Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
The second classification is based on operating characteristics, that is operating points of the devices. Based on this, the devices are classified in this way. The first is unipolar devices. What is meant by unipolar devices? Unipolar devices means the device can block only one polarity of voltage. Either it is a reverse voltage or forward voltage, right? So it should block only one polarity of voltage. That is called unipolar devices. Now coming to the second one is a bipolar devices. Means device blocks both the polarities, positive as well as negative, forward as well as reverse voltage. Then it is called bipolar devices. Now third is unidirectional devices. That is, device allow only one value of current, that is positive or negative, not both, only one. That is unidirectional devices. Now coming to this fourth one, bidirectional devices. Bidirectional means the device can allow both the polarities of current, both the direction of current, forward as well as reverse direction. This is called bidirectional devices. So based on the first four, the rest four are derived. Now coming to the fifth one, that is unipolar unidirectional devices. Unipolar means what? The A, first one. Unidirectional, the third one. Combining the first and third, we get unipolar unidirectional devices. What does it mean? The device blocks only one polarity of voltage, either forward or reverse, and allows only one direction of current, either forward or reverse. Only one polarity of voltage, one direction of current, right? Here, in this first case, the diode is a device which blocks negative voltage during reverse bias, allows positive current during forward bias. Whereas when you come to the transistor, that is BJT, it blocks forward voltage when it is in cutoff state, allows forward current when it is in saturation region. So transistor and diode both are unipolar unidirectional devices because they can block only one polarity of voltage and allows current only one direction. When you observe the operating characteristics of these two, this is the quadrant operation of the diode. Diode gives a second quadrant operation. This is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. If suppose the diode gives a second operating region is second quadrant, but it gives operation in only one quadrant always. Similarly, when you come to the transistor, it gives operation in first quadrant and again only one quadrant. That is why unipolar unidirectional devices are called one quadrant devices or one quadrant switch or single quadrant switch, because always it gives only one quadrant operation, either first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth quadrant, only one at a time during its complete operation. That is single quadrant switch, or one means here what? Single quadrant. It means that single quadrant switch. Unipolar unidirectional device is a single quadrant switch. Examples: diode and transistor. Now coming to the sixth one, it is unipolar bidirectional devices. Unipolar means the first one, bidirectional is the fourth one. By combining first and fourth properties, fourth operating characteristics, we get this sixth one, that is unipolar bidirectional devices. What does it mean? The device blocks only one polarity of voltage, either forward or reverse, but allows both the direction of current, forward as well as reverse current. Now when you come to its characteristics, this switch characteristics. Here I have taken the device blocks the forward voltage and allows the current positive as well as negative, forward current and reverse current. When you come to the switch, which switch is available in the power electronic device, devices, this MOSFET with body diode or integral body diode. In general, when you come by observing the structural details of the MOSFET has internal body diode, inbuilt diode, right? So standard way, MOSFET, sometimes in the examination they won't give the diode, but when you come to the power MOSFET has internal body diode. So it has characteristics like this. So this device, this composite switch is a unipolar bidirectional switch. Similar way, we have another device which is called RCT, reverse conducting thyristor. We know that SCR is only one directional current, unidirectional device. It allows only one direction in this way during its forward bias. When you connect the diode in anti-parallel to the thyristor or SCR, then it has a reverse current carrying capability also. That is why it is called as reverse conducting thyristor. So reverse conducting thyristor again blocks only one polarity of voltage, allows both the direction of current, forward and reverse. So when from these characteristics, the operation of the device gives two quadrants operation. It gives two quadrant operation during its complete operation, right? That is why unipolar bidirectional devices are also called two quadrant switches. Two quadrant switches means during its complete operation, the switches give both means two quadrant operation. 1 2 or 2 3 or 3 4 or 4 1. In this case, these two switches are giving first quadrant and fourth quadrant operation. That is why it is called as two quadrant switch. Now coming to the seventh one, this is called bipolar unidirectional devices. So bipolar unidirectional, bipolar means second device characteristics, bipolar, and unidirectional, the third characteristic device. By combining first, second and third characteristics, we get the device is bipolar unidirectional devices. What does it do? This switch blocks both the voltages. The switch blocks both the voltages means positive voltage as well as negative voltage, and allows only one direction of current, forward or reverse. But here in general, almost all switches are carry current in only forward direction, right? So that is I am taking only the forward current. So this switch blocks both the polarities of voltages, allows current in only one direction. That is called bipolar unidirectional device. So examples under this category, SCR and ZTO. These two blocks both the voltages and allows only current in forward direction. By observing these characteristics again, it gives the operation in two quadrants, the first and second quadrant, so that these two are also, this bipolar unidirectional devices also called two quadrant switch, Now coming to the eighth device category device, that is bipolar bidirectional devices. Bipolar means, coming to the second characteristics, bidirectional means fourth one. So second and fourth, by combining the second characteristics and the fourth characteristics, we get another device called bipolar bidirectional devices. So bipolar bidirectional devices blocks both the voltages, positive and negative, allows current in both the directions, forward and reverse. So this is called bipolar bidirectional devices. Examples are triac. Best example is triac. Triac is a device which blocks both the polarities of voltages and also allows both the direction of current during its complete operation. That is why track is a bipolar bidirectional switches, right? And we have another topology, another like realization of the switch, that is transistor with series diode in anti-parallel. I tell you later in this case how it is bipolar bidirectional. When you observe the track and bipolar bidirectional characteristics, this is the operational characteristics. This switch gives 4-quadrant operation. It operates in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. That is why it is also called 4-quadrant switch. So all bipolar bidirectional switches are called 4-quadrant switches. Now, there are two important things which are very much useful in the examination and competitive examinations. If diode is in series with transistor, then the composite switch is called bipolar unidirectional switch. Diode series with the transistor, then the composite switch is, bipolar unidirectional switch. It blocks both the voltages but allows current in only one direction. Suppose if diode is anti-parallel with the transistor, then the composite switch, this composite switch is unipolar bidirectional switch. Means unipolar bidirectional switch. So these two are very important. So when you have this connection, transistor with series diode, basically it is a bipolar unidirectional switch. Now when you connect this switch, composite switch in anti-parallel, then we get 4-quadrant switch operation. This is a very important thing in examination. This is the classification of the devices based on operating characteristics. This is a very important in all competitive examinations. In examinations, they will give only the properties like a device which blocks voltage in either polarity, conduction in only one direction, that is forward. Then they will give the options. You need to pick the option, right option based on these characteristics. If you understand thoroughly all this, then we can get a right option from the given options.